OSCE verificators visiting the Swiss Armed Forces. Verificators from 31 OSCE member states visit the Swiss Armed Forces in order to evaluate the provisions of the Vienna Document 2011 on confidence and security building measures. This is a unique opportunity to simultaneously demonstrate to several countries our armed forces and above all how our militia system works. We underline the fact that within the general European security framework we don't rely on other sources but on our own autonomy, our own resources, our democratic instruments, and we show what we have. According to the Vienna document, every OSCE member state undertakes to allow within a period of 5 years a visit to one military training area, as well as one airbase of the respective armed forces. We fulfill a commitment we've made. We make our contribution to confidence-building measures that ensure peace and cooperation in Europe. But we also have the unique opportunity of explaining our Swiss militia system and showing it at work. That fascinates and provides the visitor with completely new insights into the way armed forces can be structured and led. At the Bureau Military Training Area, the 58 participants obtained insight into the armoured forces' modern battlefield training. The commander himself gave information on details, structure and organization of Armoured Brigade 11, a task he doesn't do every day.
Which is a little bit strange.
It's a great opportunity to show foreigners how our system works and what our armed forces can do. I observe that foreigners often don't understand our militia system, and so we take this opportunity to demonstrate it to them. I'm convinced that our obligatory conscription would be a good solution for one or the other country. Armoured Grenadiers and urban combat at the very modern combat training centre of the Swiss Armed Forces. For many visitors, it's unusual to realize that most of these soldiers pursue a civilian occupation for at least 11 months of the year. But the OSCE delegation is also impressed by the openness of the Swiss Armed Forces.
But all tanks are still working.
The idea is to establish confidence and security through openness and transparency. Regardless of what is shown, the manner must be open and transparent, and Switzerland has done that in an exemplary fashion. Visitors were given the opportunity to talk to the soldiers directly. They were able to obtain first-hand information, another mark of confidence and transparency. The Swiss Armed Forces also proved its capabilities in air transport services. The entire delegation was transferred by Air Force helicopters. A good start for the second part of the visit at the Payerne Air Base. After detailed briefing by the airbase commander on the peculiarities of this military airport run by civilian staff, the OSCE delegation enjoyed various exhibitions and demonstrations. Here too, the favorite discussion topic was collaboration of militarized civilians with the professionals on highly complex systems.
In the brown shirt are the plane captains, so they prepare the jet, they check the jet after flight, and
It's very important for us to show other countries on the basis of confidence-building measures that we work well and can explain what we can achieve with our militia system. The civilian soldier showed that even the banker can work on aircraft and be involved in maintaining it in collaboration with a professional, because the combination of professionals and militias is the strength of our Swiss Armed Forces. Budget cuts in many armies throughout the world force us to revise our opinions. Here, the militia system of the Swiss Armed Forces might be a possible solution.
As our regular army reduces in size and our territorial army increases, I think we may have a lot to learn. Your system seems to be extremely effective, so maybe we'll be looking quite closely at your system to see what we can learn in detail.
Perhaps also the uncomplicated way of dealing with the guests. Altogether, participants were pleased with the openness and transparency of the Swiss Armed Forces.
We have seen everything. Everything has been disclosed to us. The friendship that has been forthcoming from our Swiss guests has been top class as well. So it's been a very enjoyable event and a very insightful event as well for me personally.
I am really impressed. It has been an excellent tourney so far. So it's just nothing but good, actually.